let's stay in La Liga. Well, kind of stay, kind of leave, like Karim Benzema. Karim Benzema,
Oh,
one of the best Real Madrid players in recent history, easily. Ballon d'Or winner, won Champions Leagues, won times with France, or didn't actually, but French player, a part of a successful French team, and he's officially accepted an offer to go to the Saudi League. Which is the first time we've seen this. Most notably, Cristiano Ronaldo, of also of Real Madrid stature and former Real Madrid teammate. And Real Madrid's going. Karim Benzema is going to Saudi Arabia purely for the money to the new Chinese league, as I personally would like to say. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about this move for him?
Some money grab. Hey, you could do what you got to do. Okay, do what you got to do in terms of the money grab. Set your family up for life and yourself up for life. Future generations up for life. It's disappointing because I feel like he still had more to offer. Yeah. Like I feel like he wasn't just done yet. I feel like he had a lot more to offer. I feel like he always could bring something in those Champions League games specifically because those were the only games I watched of Real Madrid. No offense to any Real Madrid fans, just not a fan of La Liga. But it's sad to see him go because he was such an important piece, especially the past 2 years. Benzema, especially with that Real Madrid campaign they had. But yeah, it's disappointing to see, but I mean, it's going to keep happening with new players too. It's just going to keep happening. More and more players are going to go to Saudi Arabia, and then it's going to be the Chinese league. I guarantee you. We had an whole episode talking about this too.
We've had an entire video about this already.
Yeah,
so didn't even do that well.
But yeah, I feel like he's accomplished so much. I feel like he can do whatever he wants, but it's disappointing to see him leave so early. But get the bread, son.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say terribly early because he is old. He is. I mean, just make sure before I say he's 35. So
I feel like he had a year or two left.
I would say so too. I mean, your average player at 35 is, if not retired, at a pretty poor side. So for him to make this move, I think it is good for him. I mean, he had the money he needed, but I saw a quote from Fabrizio Romano that apparently he was telling people, Karim Benzema that is, was telling people, you can't turn down 400 million, which I think is the contract.
God,
you can't turn down 400 million. I'm like, yeah, I mean, wrong. I guess not. And we're never ever going to be in that position to accept that kind of money. Yeah. So we never know what that's going to feel like.
Honestly, at 34, you have the Ballon d'Or, you 35. Have the Champions Leagues, 35. You have the league titles, you have everything. Like,
yeah,
400 million, bro. Sign me up. I'm going.
You might as well.
Peace.
You might as well. I mean, like, yeah, like this Saudi league though. I want to say. First of all, I want to say, can we start calling this a retirement league instead of MLS, please? Because like they are getting the best players and they're making the best retirement league. I'm sorry, but at least offering them hundreds of millions of dollars. We'll get back to that later with Messi. But what's going to happen to this league when the government doesn't care anymore? Because, it's notoriously run by the government or funded by the government who has all this money. What happens when the government has to shift focus elsewhere? What happens when they can't give this money anymore to the league and the Saudi league drops to exactly the same level as the Chinese league now? Where do those players go? I find all this funding and stuff pointless, personally. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make one of the biggest leagues in the world, and they're seriously giving them a good push. It's not the way you do it.
No, I mean, money can't fix everything. Money can't solve everyone's problems, and
in
football, that's the case.
Yeah, they're not going to make it one of the biggest leagues in the world. But
no, well, they're trying to. Is what I mean. They're trying to.
They're trying to, and they're not going to get there. But with that being said, they are getting more viewers than they've ever gotten before.
Yeah,
with Ronaldo.
It's true.
So it's working a little bit, and I'm not gonna argue against that strategy. Obviously, when you have that much money, there's not really much you can do. This is a world based around money, and when you got that, you can do whatever the hell you want. So, good on them. But yeah, they're not even gonna get close to the top 5 leagues in the world anytime soon, if ever.
No,
but
no. But it's a good push. I mean, maybe
they use a few dark arts. They start a civil war inside Italy.
Oh my god,
bro! What?
Oh my god, what is happening?
Hey, yo, what?
Man's getting political over here, bro.
Man,
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Man is saying invasion is gonna happen just so Lee
I'm,
can
hey,
get
I'm
tickets
saying
to
if that
the
stuff happens, don't be surprised if it starts seeing links to Saudi Arabia. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, this is a
saying.
Wow,
controversy.
that went so far out there. That was so random.
Hey, I don't mind it though. You know, I don't mind
No,
it.
this
It
is
just
what
spices
Digga's
it
here
up.
for.
We think here. We think.
That's what Digga's. Well,
Well, I don't know about that. Sometimes.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, that's we.
Sorry, I think.
Well,
well, that's still okay.
Alright.
You know, it's fine.
Alright.
That's a crazy theory, but you know what? It's
I
fine.
really am curious
I
though
like it.
how we're gonna look at this league in 10 years time.
Watch us
Because,
be
I mean,
completely
like,
wrong.
we could be completely wrong, and honestly, I wouldn't mind being completely wrong. But like, when we were delving into football, a little more than just recreationally, the Chinese league was still in full effect. They were still doing their thing. Oscar was still playing over there. Diego Costa was over there. Hook was over there. All these things. We didn't necessarily know it was going to end like this at the time, and now it has, and it's pretty disgraced. I mean, I've watched a few videos on it now, and it's the way their downfall has just been unprecedented over there. Once the government stopped, supplying the league with money and things like that, which Saudi Arabia can do. So I'm just curious how we're going to look at it in the future. And it could be complete opposite. And again, I don't want another Chinese story like that, and the Chinese Super League kind of thing. So we'll see. I'm just curious what kind of talent they're going to attract.
Oldies,
because it's interesting. I mean, like we've said before, exactly. Like we said before, they need to develop the young talent and then ship them off to these big teams. That's the only way they're going to get any pedigree at all. Like, there's so many other leagues that you could name 20, 30 other leagues that you would send them to ahead of them just to get some pedigree, some
I'd send
development
them
going.
to the Bundesliga 3.
Bundesliga. I mean, even I would too. Or the third division, of the German football.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just making a joke, but yeah.
Like one league I've been hearing a lot about recently, especially as an American fan, is the Israeli league over there, like Maccabi Tel Aviv, Maccabi Haifa, those teams over there, and a lot of Americans go over there. Actually, one of the player for, I forget which one. I don't want to say what I get it wrong, but he played keeper for them, and they play against PSG in the Champions League this past season, and he actually went to my school, which is pretty cool. But UCSD, yeah, he went to UCSD.
Okay,
and he plays over there. But yeah, I know. But like, there's other American names I've heard that are Israeli teams are interested in, as well as Bundesliga things. And I mean, I wouldn't be. I don't know the league at all, but I would not be opposed to sending people there to develop. Saudi Arabia league. I don't know. I'd be kind of like the likelihood of, imagine being a striker that, like, a younger mid-20s striker that just signed for whatever team that Benzema was going to, and then a few months later, this Big Ben's guy over here gets signed up for 400 million, and you just lost your spot. Like, they don't care about you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't want to say upsetting, but it's just concerning. Concerning would be the word.